What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the episode of Lunchtablesports podcast. We are here with some great news. It's finally draft week. Draft week is upon us. So it feels like we've been speculating about who's going to go where for a while, but me and Adyn got our mock draft together here. This is actually a funny story. So we recorded it about 10 minutes ago to find out that I didn't press record when we were doing the meeting. So you guys didn't get our live analysis of pick by pick, but we're going to do our best to make up for that and kind of give a little overview of each of our picks. Speaking quick here, Adyn had all the odd numbers and I had all the even numbers. So Adyn, just explain that Hutchinson pick right quick.
Yep. So you said we recorded it, but it's all right. I got everything in the mind still. So number one, I think Hutchinson is a clear-cut number one in my opinion. He's got all the tools and tangibles, everything to be the number one guy in this draft. So yeah, no brainer for me there.
Yeah, pick two, I got Travon Walker. I think, me personally, I hope the Lions trade out of this pick if Jermaine Johnson isn't there. But I think if they stick and pick, obviously they don't like KT. We've heard that in the news. But I think Travon Walker guy fits what Dan Campbell's trying to make down there in Detroit. Big physical specimen. So we'll see what that happens.
Pick three, Houston. I got them taking Kayvon Thibodeau. I could see him going two. I mean, maybe even one with the Jaguars. You never know with them, but I think he's a top five prospect, and I don't see any of these teams in the top five letting him fall out. So, yep, Thibodeau there at three.
Yeah, New York Jets here at four. Mike Gardner's one of the top five prospects for me. I wouldn't let him fall out of pick four if I'm the Jets. They definitely need corners, especially in a division that now is Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, even Devontae Parker if you want to throw him up there, Jalen Waddle. So you're going to need a number one corner. They got a lot of guys there in New York, but they don't have that pure number one, and that's Mike Gardner for me.
Yep. So five, the Giants, I got Evan Neal. Just like I said earlier, Evan Neal, I think he's the best tackle in this draft, best alignment in my opinion. He's got all the tools. I think that Daniel Jones, if he's going to be the guy in New York, they got to really commit to that and give him all the help he can get. So I think Evan Neal can come in and be that rock on the O-line that Daniel Jones needs.
Yeah, that's definitely a good pick. I definitely wish that they'll finally get him a lot of help. And this is what I have for the Panthers. A lot of speculation about a quarterback here. I don't think that's the case. I think they take a Kwanu. He'll be your certified left tackle for the next 10 years if you can retain him, next 10 to 15 years even. And Darnold's never had that franchise left tackle or just all-around good O-line. So I think adding a Kwanu to an up-and-coming O-line is definitely the best thing to do for the Panthers.
Pick seven here, the Giants. Looking at this now, to be honest, I think that Drake London probably isn't the pick there, but I still think it could be a receiver. But what I was thinking about then, I think that just like I said before with the Giants, they need to give Daniel Jones all the help he can get. So I think receiver, maybe even O-line again. I could see them taking maybe a D lineman there, but I think their defense is pretty good. So I think receiver there would not be surprising. So that's why I said Drake London.
Yeah, pick eight here. I got the Falcons taking Malik Willis, quarterback for Liberty. Malik Willis, number one quarterback in my opinion. He's got the highest upside out of all these guys. And if he's here at 8 for Atlanta, I don't think they'll let him slip. I think they're kind of desperate for a guy there. They got Mariota, but I think they're going to be looking for the future, and they could take a guy like Malik Willis.
All right, so pick 9, Seattle. I got them taking Derek Stingley. I think it's a toss-up. I think he could be rated the top cornerback in the draft, maybe in the top 5 pick if not for the injuries and everything. But I think his upside is too high to pass up on. And I think he fits the Seahawks mold, like the Legion of Boom, sorry. He just feels like a Seahawks corner, and he's tough, he's physical, and he fits that mold. I think he can come in and be that number one corner right away.
Yeah, I love Derek Stingley. So we'll see what he can do if he goes to Seahawks. But pick 10 here, I got the Jets selecting Garrett Wilson, wide receiver, Ohio State. Wilson's my number one receiver in the draft. And with the Jets actively shopping pick 10 for guys like Deebo Samuel, DK Metcalf, I think that if they stick him big here, they'll take a receiver, and that one receiver in the draft for me is Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I definitely think the receivers here go a lot of ways, but I like Garrett Wilson a lot. Pick 11, Washington. I got them taking Charles Cross. I think they got that O line is their biggest need. They traded for Carson Wentz, and he needs protection. So I think Charles Cross can be that guy that gives that to him. So I like Charles Cross a lot.
Yeah. Pick 12, I get the Vikings selecting Trent McDuffie, cornerback, Washington. Vikings number one need coming in the draft is definitely cornerback. So I think walking away with a guy like Trent McDuffie, who arguably might be the number one cornerback, he has everything you want out of a corner. Really, no weaknesses in his game. So I think if the Vikings are getting Trent McDuffie, great value here.
Pick 13, Houston. I got them taking Thibodeau up in the top 5. So maybe Jermaine Johnston. Maybe they might go somewhere else. But I honestly can see them going edge twice. There's a lot of good edge rushers in this draft. So there's a lot of ways they could go, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if they went edge twice. So that's why I got Jermaine Johnson there.
Yeah, pick 14, I get the Ravens selecting Jordan Davis, defensive tackle from Georgia. Davis is just kind of a physical monster. I mean, he tested out amazing at the combine, putting up insane numbers we haven't seen out of a guy who's 6'6", 350 pounds. So I think adding him, an athletic freak on that defensive line, will definitely be beneficial for the Ravens.
Definitely. Pick 15, the Eagles. I got Devin Lloyd. Some people might say it's a little bit of a reach, but I think he's the best linebacker in this draft. I like him a lot. He's 6'6". He's a huge guy. He does it all for linebacker too. So I think the Eagles are in need of a guy like that, and I think he's the best linebacker available. So I got him there at 15.
Yeah, 16, I get the Saints looking Kyle Hamilton, safety Notre Dame. Hamilton, he's ranged from pick 2 at the beginning of the year was Mel Kiper. Going to 16 here with the Saints in our mock draft. I think this is just more of his offseason. I mean, he didn't have a great combine, great pro day. He got hurt at the end of the year, which kind of adds on to that thing. We're saying maybe that injury caused him to be less explosive. But I definitely think he should be really, really good in the NFL. Kind of see some Derwin James in this game. The way Derwin James fell in that 2018 draft. So I think getting Kyle Hamilton here for the Saints is great value.
Yeah, I could definitely. Pick 16 in our draft. I think that's great value for the Saints. So I like that pick. Another safety here, pick 17 for the Chargers, Daxton Hill from Michigan. I think the Chargers, their offense isn't the issue. I think they need to bolster that defense to compete with these high-powered offenses, especially in their division. So I think Daxton Hill can be that safety of the future for them.
Yeah, pick 18, I got the Eagles selecting Jameson Williams, wide receiver, Alabama. If it wasn't for that knee injury, Williams, it wouldn't even be a debate. Williams would be a top 10 pick. He had one of the craziest seasons we've seen in a wide receiver in college football, and the fact that he probably would have ran a 4.240 in the combine. So getting Williams here at 18 is excellent value. You're just crossing your fingers that he'll be ready to play for the season. If not, he'll be back probably around game 5. But I think adding a guy like Williams is great value for the Eagles.
Pick 19 here, the Saints. You had them taking Kyle Hamilton, so I think they go offense here. Michael Thomas, he hasn't been healthy for the past few years, so I think getting a guy like Chris Olave here is great value to get that guy of the future, the receiver of the future, to play with Michael Thomas, be under his wing, learn from him everything. So I think that would be a great pick for the Saints there.
Yeah. Pick 20, I got the Steelers selecting Desmond Ridder, quarterback, Cincinnati. This might be a little bit of a surprise to some people, especially with Kenny Pickett still on the board. I think most people have Kenny Pickett over Ridder. But I think with athleticism, Mike Tomlin has let it been known that he wants an athletic quarterback after having Big Ben. So I think getting Desmond Ridder here would be great.
I definitely think the Steelers are quarterback there for sure. Pick 21. My Patriots. I'm excited to see what they do. They could go a lot of ways, just like a lot of these teams. I could see them going receiver, maybe D line, but I think Linderbaum it would be a great pick here. He's an inside lineman, doesn't have to play center, and it's never a bad pick to bolster that whole line. So, and he feels like a Patriots player to me, and I think Belichick would like him a lot there.
Yeah, for sure. Pick 22, I get the Packers selecting Trevor Penning, tackle Northern Iowa. There's a lot of speculation that this might be a receiver, but I think if Penning falls to 22, especially with their needs on the O-line, I don't think they'll pass up a guy like Penning.
Pick 23, Cardinals. I got them taking David Ajabu. Some people might say it's a little bit of a reach for Ajabu, but I saw him at Michigan this year. I saw what he could do alongside Hutchinson. He had that injury this offseason, which is tough. It sucks to hear, but I think he's going to recover from that, and he's going to be the same player, if not better than he was. So I think that's great value there for the Cardinals.
Yeah, pick 24, I get the Cowboys selecting Zion Johnson, guard, Boston College. They lost two guys on that offensive line, Lale Collins and Connor Williams, that were big impact players. So I think they're going to have to retool that offensive line. And I think getting a guy like Zion Johnson, who is one of the top interior offensive linemen in the draft, is great value here for the Cowboys.
Pick 25, the Bills here. So yeah, I've said this a lot, but all these teams, they got so many different ways they could go. I think this draft is stacked with D linemen and edge rushers. So I think George Karlaftis, I think he's one of the best ones. And I think the Bills, I know they signed Von Miller, but I don't think he's the guy for the future. And they need to build for the future with all these young guys like Josh Allen and all these young players they have. So I think George Karlaftis can be that number one edge D lineman for the future.
Yep. Pick 26, I got the Titans selecting Kenny Pickett, quarterback Pitt. This might be a little shock to some people because they already got Ryan Tannehill. Why would they take another guy? But I think because with Tannehill, he hasn't really been able to take him to that next step to get him into a Super Bowl. And that's ultimately the end goal. Yeah, he's always there for the playoffs, but he's getting up there in age. He's going to want a new deal soon. So why not take the younger guy, cheaper guy with that fifth-year option and Kenny Pickett, especially if he falls to 26?
27, the Bucks. They had a crazy offseason with Tom Brady, everything that went on there, but I think their issues or why they fell short last year was not because the offense, it was because of the defense. Stafford lit them up in the playoffs. So I think a guy like Andrew Booth can come in and change that. He's one of the top corners in the draft. I got him at third in my draft corner rankings, so I think that's great value for the Bucks at 27.
Yeah. Pick 28, get the Packers selecting Traylon Burks, wide receiver, Arkansas. Packers are looking to trade for a receiver. They've been involved in the Deebo Samuel trade talks. So I think if they can get a guy like Traylon Burks, who my pro comp for him was Deebo Samuel, they're going to have to take a receiver at some point. So I think if Traylon Burks is on the board here, Packers will pounce on that opportunity.
Pick 29, the Chiefs. I got them taking Logan Hall, edge from Houston. I said before with the Bills, this class stacked. All these guys I could see going the first round, but I think that's great value there for Logan Hall. Some people might say it's a reach, but I say it's perfect value for the Chiefs. They need help on the defensive side, and Logan Hall is a freak athlete that can come in and play alongside guys like Chris Jones. So I like that pick a lot.
Yeah, pick 30, following up that defensive trend with Kyler Gordon, corner Washington. Gordon's been talked about a lot about being a late first round pick. I don't think he had the best combine, but I think his tape kind of fills that hole. But I think if the Chiefs can get a much needed CB2 opposite L'Jarius Sneed, would be great value here.
Oh, the second to last pick here, first round, the Bengals. I got them taking Christian Harris. Just like I said before, might be a little bit of reach for some people, but I think if you like a guy, take him where your pick's at. I think Christian Harris would be great value here for the Bengals. He comes from a winning team now. knows how to win, and I think the Bengals, they fell short last year, and they need to retool this offseason with some young guys. So I like Christian Harris a lot.
Yeah, finish up this mock draft. Devontae Wyatt going Lions. Too much value to pass up on, so I think Lions go him. That concludes our first round mock. We got some big time technical difficulties. I mean, you hate to see it, but we recorded the full mock draft live. Obviously, that didn't work out so well. So we kind of gave you a brief overview of what happened. Nonetheless, our excitement for the draft took over at that point, and we recorded that for you. Just make sure to like and subscribe to make sure that we won't have to deal with those technical difficulties again. And comment down below who you thought made some of the best picks, and we'll see what this NFL draft will be like.